I'm out here in Missouri and I'm seeing big spiders all over the place. I'm going to try to put this dollar bill down here next to this one for some perspective. There he goes. Let's try that again. Okay. And this is not even close to the biggest spider I've seen since I've been here.
Hi, recently we did a video on shooting from a car, and that prompted a lot of questions about shooting from a motorcycle, so here we are. I don't feel the need to bore you with a dozen disclaimers. I'm just going to give you one. All shooting you see today will be done by professionals on closed courses in a jurisdiction where it's legal. No laws were broken making this video. Now, when it comes to shooting from a motorcycle, there's a lot of different techniques someone might use. But really, it's the same two basic techniques that someone would use from a car, a one-man technique and a two-man technique. When it comes to the one-man technique, I don't have the motorcycle expertise to really demonstrate this. So this is Nick and his motorcycle, and I'm going to have him explain this to you. Now, you're going to shoot one-handed, but you've got controls on the different handlebars. So what hand are you going to use and why?
All right, so the plan is I'm going to use my right hand since I'm right-handed. I'm going to be used to drawing from the right side. I'm going to take off on the bike. I'm going to pull the clutch in, use my right hand to draw the gun, and then I'm going to shoot the gun, reholster it, get back on the gas, let the clutch, and go. And doing that, I won't have the bike jerking around while my one hand's just on the throttle, and I don't use, if I was using another hand to shoot.
And what gun are we going to use to start with?
All right, we're going to be using the Taurus Judge. We're shooting 410 3-inch with triple-aught buck, and it's got 4 pellets.
Okay, so let's see the one-man technique. And here's our results. Now, a couple of things here. First of all, the motorcycle gives the shooter an advantage. If he were in a car and he tried to wear a ski mask, that would arouse a lot of suspicion. But riding down the street on a motorcycle with a full face shield helmet, you wouldn't think a thing of it until he started shooting at you. The motorcycle also gives the advantage of the shooter can get a lot closer to you, but that creates the disadvantage. We see that with our Taurus Judge loaded with buckshot, he was too close for the shot to really spread out. We have these 2 hits here, and then all 4 buckshot pellets go through almost the same hole here. So although the advantage that the motorcycle gives you of getting really close can work against you, at least with that gun. Now let's try the two-man technique and a different handgun, and we'll see how we do. Now, the handgun I used for the two-man technique was my FN57. It's an auto-loading pistol with a 20-shot magazine. I fired 6 shots. On the first target, I got 2 hits and 1 miss. And on the second target, 3 hits. So, fairly good. The two-man technique obviously gives the advantage of one man can drive while the other shoots. And on a motorcycle, there's 2 really big advantages. One being that they can get closer to you, and the other that the shooter can continue to fire after having passed by the target, turning around almost completely backwards if he needs to. However, there's a couple of big disadvantages. The main one being that in a car, the shooter can have a shotgun or an auto-loading rifle, and on a motorcycle, they can't exactly drive down the street with a shotgun at port arms. That arouses a little bit of unwanted attention. So, they're still relegated to a handgun. But what if you're a legitimate citizen riding a motorcycle and you get biked? There's lots of ways that can happen, but primarily 2. That's when you're stopped at a stoplight or when you're parking, and someone's going to approach you very quickly, and you need to have your gun in a place where you can get to it very fast. I'm not a big fan of shoulder holsters, but on your bike, you're probably going to be wearing some kind of jacket, and with the right holster, you can get to it fast. So there's a brief intro to shooting from a motorcycle. And I'd tell you, if you are someone who has a permit and carries for self-defense, and you ride a motorcycle, then if possible, you should make sitting in a stationary position on your bike on the range and shooting from that position part of your training regimen. And with a little practice, it can be done pretty effectively. But as always, don't try this at home. I'm what you call a professional, and thanks for watching the Shooting from a Motorcycle video.